Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have a tag video. This tag was created by JESUISLOU. I'm gonna leave her channel in the description box down below, and it's called the FOMO bag tag. And if you don't know what FOMO is, it's fear of missing out. So these are bags that I bought impulsively, probably also because I just saw everyone having them and I didn't want to miss out on what was amazing about them. So I have some of these bags that I ended up selling because they didn't really work out, and some others that I bought because of the hype, and I ended up really loving them and realizing that they worked out for me. So I think that this is such a fun video idea, so let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lou and I make videos about handbags, shoes, and traveling. If you're interested in any of those topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. So I actually have quite a few experiences of bags that I bought just because I saw everyone telling me how amazing they were. So let's start with the first one that I have on the list. And it's my Palm Springs Mini. As many of you guys know, this was the first bag that I ever wanted. This is the bag that got me hooked into handbags. It was the first bag that I saw on Pinterest, and when I entered kind of the luxury community, everyone had the Palm Springs Mini, and it was super hot, super hard to find. You had to be like on a waiting list, and even then they would tell you that it was basically impossible to find. So it took me quite a few years to be able to get my hands on it, and it was basically because it was such an amazing hype bag that everyone would talk about. And I have other bag that I felt exactly for the same reasons and that didn't work out, but this one actually did. I still love this bag to this day. I think it's amazing. The Palm Springs Mini, I really love this bag. Another bag that I still have that I fell for pretty much the exact same reasons is the Chanel Mini. Everyone at some point was telling me, you need a mini because you're short, it has the friendliest price point, you need a mini. I love them, they're so amazing, super hard to find. And this was at the time when they stopped producing the caviar minis and they were only making lambskin. That's quite funny considering where we are now. But I was like, okay, let's get a mini. So I went and got this one because I wanted to have a pop of color, because I knew that the neutrals, I wanted to have them in bigger sizes, and that's why later on with the years I did. And I actually love the mini. I think that it's such a perfect size bag, even for every day, because it does fit my phone. Even though I have I'm charging it, but even though I have the biggest size, it still fits inside, no issues. So I think that's perfect. I will always keep this bag. I don't plan to ever sell it. So I think that this time the fear of missing out on the Chanel Mini was accurate. So yeah. Now the next one is also one that I got absolutely for fear of missing out, because everyone had this bag and I wanted to see what the hype was about. So I got the Dior book tote, and at first I got it in the oblique, in the large size, because it was the only size that was available or produced at that time. And I was obsessed with the bag, absolutely obsessed. Everyone was talking about it, every blogger, every influencer, people at the street, everyone had a book tote. It even had an amazing resale value, like they were going for premium prices. It was impossible to get, always sold out. So when I got my hands on mine, I felt like, oh my gosh, I finally have a book tote. The size was not the best for me just because of how short I am, but I do see the hype around the bag. I love it. I feel like it's a piece of art. The print on this one, it's perfect. But yeah, this was definitely like a huge trend that I feel like it's dying down. So if you ask me right now if you should get it, I would still say yes, because it's really a good bag, but get it in the smaller sizes. The Pochette Metis from Vuitton. This bag, I cannot even tell you how many videos I watched here on YouTube about the bag. Every single YouTuber was raving about how it was the best bag in the world out there. You needed it. It was perfection. It was their day-to-day bag. Everyone had it. Everyone wanted it. It was impossible to get. I even remember the essay at the store that even told me like getting a Pochette Metis is like winning the Olympics. Like it's like you're carrying a gold medal with you, and everyone is gonna look at you and be like, oh my gosh, you got this bag, you found it. So I actually was able to put my hands on the Pochette Metis in the reverse monogram, and I hated the bag. I just didn't like it, but I didn't want to sell it because I was like, why I don't get it? Why am I not loving the bag? Everyone loves the bag, everyone raves about the bag, and I just don't see it. I just don't understand it. So I actually kept the bag for almost 2 years, I think, and every time that I used it, I tried to understand what was about it, and I just never did. So I ended up deciding to sell it, and I think that it was for the best. I don't see Pochette Metis anymore like that much. I know that it had so many quality issues too, so that was also a worry that I had, that something what was gonna happen with the bag. So that could also be part of why I didn't like it. If you have this bag right now, don't come for me. I'm just stating that for me it didn't work. work out. The next bag, I could have been a little bit smarter about it because maybe I like the Coco handle, maybe I do, but I went for the worst size, color, and hardware that I could go for, and that's one of the reasons why it didn't work out. So when I got the Coco handle, because when it was released, everyone loved it, and everyone was like, okay, the Coco handle is better than the trendy CC because the trendy CC comes in lambskin and the Coco handle was caviar. Again, one of the reasons why it took me years to finally get into lambskin was because everyone would say no. Everyone was like, no, 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 you need caviar. It's the only way to go. Like, the only ones that were actually saying to go for lambskin were the essays. And I kind of wish that I would have seen someone on their YouTube channel talking about lambskin a little bit more, because then I would have done that from the beginning because I always liked it more. But the thing is that with the Coco handle, I wanted to try the bag out, so I bought it. Don't ask me why, but I bought it in this electric blue chevron with aged gold hardware in a size that it was like this big. So it was definitely a massive bag. I knew like 2 days after I bought it that it was not gonna be a good fit, but I was too scared to go and return to the store. I'm a little bit of a pushover, so I have a hard time returning things, complaining. Like, if I'm in a restaurant and I order a burger and they bring me fish, I will eat the fish. I just don't like complaining to waiters. I don't like to complain. So I decided to keep the bag and I ended up selling it. So moral of the story, think better before you buy, and buy more with your heart and not just what's trendy, because at that point that shade of blue was quite popular, so I should have known that it was not gonna work out because it's not even in my color palette. The Keepall, and I am so sorry that I did not bring it down. My Keepall is up there and I'm too lazy to get out, but you guys know my Keepall. I bought that bag because of FOMO, definitely. Everyone that was really into handbags, that loved bags, collected bags, they had their Keepall, and I remember seeing, especially Sha Whitney, that she got hers like the travel set with a Palm Springs PM, I think, and I loved it so much, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. And then everyone online was like, yes, you need the bag. The essays were like, oh my gosh, it's sold out, we cannot find it for you. So that just made me want it more, and at the end of the day it did work out. I love the bag. I wish that I wouldn't have gone with monogram probably, but that's done. So I think that sometimes people rave about things because of a reason, so that's something to note. Example, I'm not gonna include like the Birkin or the classic flap because they're great bags, at least in my opinion, they're great bags, and I didn't buy them because of FOMO. It was something that I kinda always wanted. So I get a lot that I'm quite basic in terms of what I buy because of how many classic flaps I have. I know that they're not the trendiest bags or edgy or anything like that, and I love them. So I do think that there's base when it's something super trendy. There's a reason why, but I do think that many people just follow it without really loving the items. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it can't be just me that I didn't like the Pochette Metis, but I don't see people saying that they don't like the Pochette Metis. Like, that's weird. So I just feel like good can come out of following this huge trends, because there's usually a reason behind why people love the bags. But I also think that we have to be reasonable when we buy something, because it can probably not work for us. So if it's something that we definitely know that it's not our style, or you need a top handle and that bag doesn't have a top handle, or you need a strap and the bag super popular but doesn't have a strap, then that's a no. I have 2 items left, and one of them is quite recent and I did sell it, and it's the orange sandals. I love the orange sandals. I love gold from Hermes, like the color. So when I saw that they had in my size the gold orange sandals, I was like, of course, why I'm not gonna like them? I love going to the beach, I love hot weather, I love sandals, why not? I mean, everyone that you see, everyone has the orange sandals, and I just assumed that it was because of how comfortable they are, and they are comfortable. But why didn't anyone tell me that they were so loud? Or I mean, maybe I haven't watched enough reviews about the shoes, but they are so loud that it made me so self-conscious about it, because I'm going down the stairs and you hear the clack, 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 clack. Then you go to a restaurant and you kind of hear it. So I became too aware of it that it started bothering me too much, so I sold them. They were comfortable, yes they were, but the noise was way too loud for me, and I wish that I would have known that before, because that definitely was a deal breaker for me. And the last bag that I got that worked out but I ended up selling was the Louis Vuitton Boîte Chapeau. I always loved the bag. It was super popular when it came out and it was super hard to find. I remember seeing it for premium prices all the time, but when I bought it I realized that I loved it, and I still love it, and I still think it's a great bag. I think that the hype around the bag is for a reason, and I'm talking about specifically the souple size. That one that it's like the soft one, not the trunky one that it's like hard. again because that doesn't fit that much. But the one that I had, it was an amazing bag. The thing is that I was not wearing it that much. I do not regret buying it because I definitely got a lot of use out of the bag and I loved it so much, but I just don't like to accumulate so many things. I was not reaching out for it. I felt like I had enough monogram bags because I have two. I have my Palm Springs mini, I have my Keepall, and back then I also had a Neverfull, so it was like 4 bags with monogram and it was a little bit overwhelming to me. I would never dare to sell my Palm Springs mini, but when it came to it, I just decided to sell it. It was the best for me. Also in terms for saving a little bit of money and not having that many bags. But I think that it's a great bag and I bought it because of FOMO and I ended up loving it. So this was my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna tag some people in the description box down below, so anyone that wants to do this tag, please be my guest and do so. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, and also click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. If you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here in case you want to check them out. And yeah, thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.